Do you think that we're doing ourselves a disservice by not teaching people how the mind works, how confirmation bias works? And shouldn't that be a big part?
We're teaching the wrong things in school. I'm working on this.
What
in
are
a
you
few
doing?
years, in a few years, I'm going to have something.
Why not?
No, because I'm busy.
My kids are in school right now.
Busy. Excuse me, I can't be. I can't.
I understand, but I mean, let's discuss it, because I think it took me a long time.
The curriculum has to include an entire course on cognitive bias.
Yes.
If we are going to emerge as adults no longer susceptible to charlatans.
Yes.
Okay? Who are either well-meaning and just misguided, or who are explicitly exploiting your ignorance.
And it's a major factor in our culture, a major factor
Yes.
when it comes to politicians. It's a major factor when it comes to bosses. It's a major factor when it comes to how you choose what you do for a living, how you choose to live your life.
All of human interaction and human interaction with nature itself.
Yeah. I mean, we are constantly trying to manipulate and control other people's biases, behaviors, the way they think, the way they act, and we're very vulnerable in some senses because this is not something that's taught to us at an early age. You know, and I think that it takes a long time to figure it out on your own. And I've often thought, like, man, why wasn't I explained this when I was young?
Yeah, because the curriculum wasn't thinking about that.
Yeah, well, we were thinking about just giving people facts instead of teaching them how to manage your mind.
We're thinking that your head is this vessel into which you pour information. And nowhere and at no time are we trained how to turn a fact into knowledge, knowledge into wisdom, and wisdom into insight. I think that full sequence needs to be in there in the academic system, K through 12, 13 through 16, 13, 14, college. It's got to be in there somewhere. Without it, you're just this vessel of facts. Even the people we call smart in class, these are people who get A's on everything and they know everything, but do they have the deepest insight? Do they really understand what it is that they're putting back on the test? I don't think all of them do. I think they have good short-term memory, some of them, and they do well on the exams because of that fact.
So they're good at acquiring data and maintaining it.
Acquiring information and then bringing it back on command. Not all. Some are deep thinkers, and I don't want to take that away from them. All I'm saying is that the curriculum, I think, needs these other dimensions of survival, really. So that's what it is. It's survival in a world. And when a scientist says this is true, you can ask, well, why do you think that's true? Exercise some healthy skepticism. I don't have a problem with that. Say, because of, look at this evidence. Do you know how to read evidence, by the way? And look at this evidence. Look at this chart. Look at this experiment. And this is why we conclude overwhelmingly that this is going to happen in our future. Out of you pointy-headed scientist, what do you know? By the way, give me my cell phone so I can call my grandmother, okay? While I use GPS satellites to know when to make a left turn.
Right.
Right?
I'm going to call my astrologist.
To tell them these scientists don't know, they got their head up their ass, right? So.
Yeah. Well, I think also it would be really beneficial to teach people how to manage perspective and how to look at life in a way that's going to be beneficial to you. Well, we're not really given very many tools to manage the mind.
Like philosophy, there's some philosophy classes that can help that.
But even philosophy.
Not all philosophy, but
yeah, it's very rare that
philosophy of just how to think about decision making.
Yeah.
And the causes and effects and consequences. There's not enough of that either.
No,
maybe they're relying on that to happen at home, but not all homes are intact.
Right.
In fact, perhaps most are broken homes or separated homes, and so I think the school needs to be rethought, and I'm trying to think that through. It'll be a few more years.
Well, anytime you talk about alternative schooling, people look at you like you're some sort of a hippie freak who wants your kids to eat granola and live in the mountains and get their own spring water. You know, I mean, that's what they think of when you say alternative schooling.
Right. I'll train them at home.
Yeah. Oh man, good luck. As soon as you say homeschooling, oh, you're a religious nut. I mean, that's immediately the perception.
That's the fastest growing sector of the homeschooling sector.
They don't want you clouding your head with all that evolution talk.
Right.